after the interview, she just confessed that she'd been drawing the sketch whole time, and the quality of the sketch was so impressive, so good, so great. I was moved, really, seriously. Hello, I'm Toshio Maeda. Now I'm in Akihabara town, with my guest from Poland. So could you just introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is Janek. I'm from Poland, and this is my wife.
I am Karolina. I'm also from Poland, from Central Poland to be exact.
And may I ask the occupation? What do you do in Poland?
I'm a programmer.
Oh, really?
I used to be a researcher and an academic teacher, and now I work as a programmer.
Do you like your job?
Yes.
Supposed to, like, right? Yes. And how you got acquainted with Japanese anime or manga, especially my work?
I was watching anime since I was a kid. Initially, I wasn't aware that the animated movies I'm watching are actually Japanese. So in the early 90s, that was Yattaman, Yattudetaman, Toshio Daimos. And then in the mid 90s came Sailor Moon, and from Sailor Moon I was aware that
Wow.
that this is Japanese anime, and that's how it initially started. How did it start for you?
So for me, it was Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball?
Yeah, when I was small and I finished my school, I was just going very fast to my home just to watch the newest
Really?
episode. Yes.
So, kid in your country are hooked up in watching such anime, Dragon Ball or whatever from Japan?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it was more popular. It wasn't. We weren't aware that it's from Japan. We later learned. I was like, oh, there's actually anime. So this is how it started for us.
So, how do you just watch the American, cartoons? Typical ones on TV?
Some. I watched some.
Yeah, I watched Cartoon Network, but also
same.
yeah.
How about the superhero movies nowadays? The people seeing such kind of superhero movies a lot over the world. How do you like that?
I don't watch superhero.
We avoid them.
Yeah, we avoid them.
Yeah.
So what's the big difference in Japanese anime and American the animated film?
Yeah, I would say that in American movies it's mostly about action, that is something's happening and it's fast paced. But for example in anime there's usually this place for some feelings, like you see these, for example, slow scenes of just nature, for example, and you can infer what's happening, but it's a little bit slow. Of course there's shonen, of course, so there's a lot of action, but there's still some character development, and I really like that in anime.
How about American comic books?
That's also superheroes mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, I only read Watchmen, I think, and I really like that, but I'm not too keen on superheroes. Maybe we are in minority, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think people tend to like it on the West, I think.
I'm not sure. Well, for me, there are a couple of American comics that I like. Before Vendetta is one of my favorites, but overall, I do avoid American comics. I prefer manga. And European comics as well. I really like European ones.
So, do you have your own country's comic books?
Yes, we do.
What kind? Action-oriented type of comics?
That's a good question because we don't read a lot of Polish comics, I think.
I think there are many different kinds. You have some kind of...
My impression is that a lot of Polish comics are some kind of parodies.
Oh, really?
Or humor about Polish reality.
Yes, that's true, but also we have some, you can't really define that, this is Polish comic. It's mostly like there are many different artists that use different, ways of expressing their, ideas, but also there's a big chunk of comics that are influenced by manga. In Poland, it's really, I think, a big deal, especially for female artists that are
Really?
yeah, you can see the conventions that they take some influences from.
Is there any erotic comics in your country? No.
There are some anthologies.
There is some. It's not a lot, but there's some.
There are some short stories compiled into one volume, for example.
Yes.
How about a magazine? You know that as you know that we have so many, you know, the weekly magazine, you know, manga magazine, and the monthly, a lot bi-monthly, bi-weekly. So how's the situation in your country?
That doesn't really exist in the
Really?
form that it exists in Japan. There are a handful of magazines that publish comics, but they are very niche, sometimes rather exclusive and not for the wider public, I would say.
But you're talking
They
about
are-
Polish, or for example, compiling from comics from France. That's different because there's also
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Thank you
Okay.
for clarifying. Yes, we have comics that, for example, serialized series from France, for example.
Really?
Yes, rather than original Polish works. There is of course some independent comic in Poland and some fanzines that does exist, but the market doesn't even compare to Japan. It's very niche and it's very small.
yeah.
Young people are hooked up in, you know, the reading comic books or manga, you know, everything. They love reading that or, you know, watching anime a lot.
Yeah. In Poland, we have a very strong market for manga right
really?
now. Yeah,
Yes.
we have a couple publishers that. Could you remind me how many mangas were released by Oneko?
So
Just in June.
we're at a point where a single publisher in Poland can release 30 books a month.
And that's a lot.
Really?
For Poland, this is a lot.
Wow, amazing. I didn't know that.
It surprises everyone, I think, but at the moment, manga is the most popular kind of comic in Poland.
So, you know, this, you know, the, sorry to change the subject, but once I was in Warsaw, you know,
yeah.
to give a guest lecture at the university. I did actually, and after that, we just went to the restaurant, local restaurant, and I was so surprised that it was completely different from typical Western type of, you know, meals, kind of, you know, Russian, you know, the influenced type of food, and it was so new to me, and it was so good. So, how could you define the meals in your country?
I would start with the most popular one, which is pierogi. It's hard to compare because you can't.
Gyoza?
It's not quite gyoza because
not
gyoza
gyoza.
it's fried, but in Poland pierogi are boiled in in a kind of.
But it's a dumpling with filled. It's typically filled with meat, but it can also be served with fruits, for example.
Cabbage.
Yes, and I think we have a lot of cuisine that relies on all sorts of sour vegetables, like sour cabbage, for example. That's yeah.
So, do you eat out a lot, just like American people?
Not really.
We tend to cook
Home cooking kind
home
of
cooking,
things
home cooking.
always.
most of the time. Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, so you know, all in all, you are satisfied your lives, and today or this week, no, this month, almost month, you've been here in Japan.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I love it.
So hard to say no, horrible. You know, fucking horrible. You can't say that, but okay. Honestly, how do you feel about the things, culture, or food, everything in Japan?
I really love it. This is completely different from Poland. It's amazing, just amazing.
I mean, we know a little bit about Japan, but still we were so surprised, just seeing, how the life is here and how much stuff, like
Yes.
magazines and books, and yeah, it's great. But also we, went sightseeing, and I think, I really like the Himeji Castle. It was
Himeji
yeah,
Castle,
it was
yes.
really great.
What's the biggest, I don't know, surprise before you just learned a lot about Japan, and and now you are here to learn the real Japanese lives or culture. What's the big differences?
The biggest thing for me, at least in Tokyo, was like when you board the metro or subway.
Subway?
Yeah, people were just queuing up.
Yeah, of course, in a line.
In a line, and I don't see it happening in Poland.
Really?
Yeah, I mean we are queuing up, but not for the
Not in order.
not so much. I mean, there's some order, but there's someone like, I want to show how things are done my way, which has its benefits, of course. But sometimes, yeah, it was like everything just works like in a clock, really. It's such order, and you just feel like you want to follow it and just be this way. So like, I was surprised to see.
I don't think I experienced any big cultural shocks here in Japan because I'm interested in Japanese culture, so I kind of more or less knew what to expect. But it's still different. It's still different to experience it yourself rather than just seeing it in a video on YouTube or reading in a book or a magazine. But yes, Japanese culture is certainly something that impressed me a lot, and I will miss it.
You learned Japanese language before, right? In the school.
A little by myself. I learned when I was at the end of high school and beginning of my university studies. I learned a little by myself, and then I attended a course at the university for a couple of months, maybe a year.
And you said the most difficult thing in our language was?
So for me the most difficult thing in Japanese are words that sound the same but are usually written with different kanji.
So many, in a different way we have, right? The meaning of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, I really appreciate you are coming to Japan. Thank you for today. Thank you
very much.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.